This week on commandN, a mini shuffle, GodTube Reborn, and unbox your shoes for cash. Welcome to episode 171 of commandN. I'm Amber. Will is off this week exploring the pyramids, so I'm going to give you a mini tour of my house. Now, before we get into the headlines of the week, I wanted to announce that commandN is partnering with Mesh to give away 2 tickets to the Mesh conference. Now, one of these tickets is for Mesh itself, which takes place on April 7th. That's valued at almost $500. The other ticket is for Mesh University, which takes place April 6th, and that's valued at almost $300. Now, all you have to do is send an email to info@commandN.tv and tell us in 140 characters or less why you deserve to win. The contest is happening for the next 2 weeks, and then we'll announce the winner. Our headlines this week are sponsored by our good friends at GoDaddy.com. This week, GoDaddy is having a contest where you could win up to $25,000 in cash prizes and Smart Space for life. If Smart Space from GoDaddy.com has changed the way you use the internet, the way you blog, or the way you do business, create a blog or video story that shows how for a chance to win. Head over to GoDaddy.com/sscontest to enter now. And if you want to try Smart Space or see what it's all about and save an additional 15% through April 15th, use the promo code SPACE15. Our first headline this week is from Apple. They've just launched a new iPod Shuffle. Now, this shuffle is just half the size of the previous generation. It holds 4 gigabytes of songs, that's about 1,000 songs, and the cool new feature is that it talks to you. So it will tell you what song you're listening to, as well as what playlist you're listening to.
We walk that jing-jings.
Google recently announced that they're serving up behavioral ads. This means that they will be tracking what you're doing online as far as your surfing habits. They'll be tracking this and serving up ads that are associated to what content you're surfing on the internet. Now, as you can imagine, there are privacy advocates who are up in arms about this. The good news is that you can opt out of this service, so I guess that's one positive on a kind of negative story.
The blood! 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 Somebody praising for the blood!
Now, you just saw a clip from GodTube.com. Well, actually, it's called Tangle.com right now. If you remember about a year ago, we talked about this website. It's a place where people upload religious videos. Now, you might think there aren't too many users on the website, but it was announced today that there are more than 500,000 users. Now, this site used to look like YouTube, but now it looks a lot more like MySpace. So if you're looking for some religious content online, it's a great place to go.
I cannot hear blood. I cannot hear on that frequency, but I'm glad.
Zappos.com, the online shoe retailer, announced a contest with Magnify. What you can do is when you order shoes from Zappos.com and they arrive at your house in a box, you can unbox the shoes, shoot a video of you unboxing the shoes, and then enter the online contest. At the end of the month, you may win a $100 gift certificate from Zappos.com if you have the best video on the entire website at Zappos.tv.
Jeez! Yes!
We're launching a new feature on commandN.tv, although I haven't told anyone. It's going to be called the Follow feature. Now, this is a Twitter feature where we're going to suggest a person who you should follow on Twitter. Now, this week we have a suggestion from William McCluskey, who suggested that you follow the Mime on Twitter. Now, as you can imagine, the Mime doesn't do a whole lot, but you can check him out at twitter.com/themime.
Hi, I'm Jeff MacArthur, and this week we've got a quick hot stuff segment about the new iPod Shuffle in iTunes 8.1. Seemingly taking a cue from the legendary Saturday Night Live iPod Invisa sketch, Apple has just released a new shuffle that is somehow even smaller, less than 2 inches long and about half the size of the previous iPod Shuffle. It still has that clip-on form, but it moves most of the onboard controls from the device itself to the new headphones, including play, pause, fast forward, rewind, and volume controls. Sequential play, shuffle play, and off still remain on a slider on top of the device itself. Now, currently, Apple's own earphones are the only option, but apparently companies plan to make other compatible devices, headphones, and adapters, and frankly, I would certainly hope so. as it seems crazy to have a music playback device that has no controls on it unless you have the right type of headphones. So forget about hooking your shiny new iPod Shuffle into your car stereo or anything for now. Speaking of shiny, the new iPod Shuffle comes in silver or black. It also doubles storage to 4 gigs or 1,000 songs and remains at its $79 price point. One cool thing that has been added to increase the functionality of the otherwise very limited iPod Shuffle is a new voiceover feature. This attempts to compensate for the lack of screen display by, at the touch of a button, announcing the name of the current song, and by holding the button down, speaking out the titles of all the playlists on your device, thereby enabling you, for the first time on a shuffle, to select a specific playlist instead of just playing sequentially or randomly through all the songs on the device. This feature requires the latest iTunes, which has just been updated to version 8.1. And iTunes 8.1 isn't just all about the shuffle. There are, thankfully, some speed improvements when loading large libraries, browsing the iTunes store, and syncing devices. You should see speed improvements on all of these. As well, Party Shuffle has been renamed iTunes DJ, and it now allows for friends to request songs and even vote for specific songs using their iPod Touch or their iPhone. Now, I'm not sure how much use your average person will get out of this, but it's a very cool interactive feature for some situations for sure. Aside from that, the Genius sidebar has been updated to include movies and TV shows, autofill has been extended to all iPods, and iTunes 8.1 now separates controls so parents can disallow access to the iTunes Store, but still allow access to iTunes U. So nothing groundbreaking going on here. And in fact, there are certainly some questionable aspects about the controlless shuffle, and we'll really have to see how third-party providers step in to fill the gap, because the device is certainly crippled without the headphones on it. So we'll see how that goes. That's all for this week. I'm Jeff MacArthur. Enjoy.
Now it's time for our web picks of the week. I have 2 web picks this week. Now the first one is a great site to go to if you're looking for a gift for someone who has everything. It's called uncommongoods.com, and there's lots of fun stuff on the website. The next one is the portion calculator that I found on lifehacker.com. This is good for anyone who is just starting to cook and doesn't really know how much they should cook depending on how many guests are coming over for dinner. So for example, when I went onto the site and said I wanted to cook potatoes, being from PEI and all, it said that if I was having 3 people for dinner, I'd have to cook 15 potatoes. So this helps so you don't have a lot of food that's wasted, and it helps in the long run because it gives you a sense of how much food there should be on the table. I know I'm not a very good cook, so this is just my entry into the cooking world. Now, if you have any web picks, we'd love to get a video from you. All you have to do is post your link on commandN.tv or send your video link to info@commandN.tv. We'll be back next week with another show. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the comments.
Oh! Thou shalt not suppress flatulence. Thou shalt not commit hygiene.
We're having a contest where you can upload your own videos of you unboxing shoe content.
Thou shalt not have no idea.
I obviously have spent too much time working on the web.
Thou shalt commit thyself to an institution.
I'm not a very good shopper.
Thou shalt not take the band's name in vain. Thou shalt not allow anything to deter you in your quest